Let's get it.
Let's get it for sure. Okay, so I'm very interested because we did see a lock-in on the Mordex, which is what we wanted to talk about before, but now we have the Amugi. What kind of a difference maker will this be for wubz? We saw yesterday those signatures on Amugi are a bit absurd, in my opinion. Very, very strong, very potent, and this greatsword is already going to work.
Oh gosh, okay, Experience able to get that one ground pound, looking for the recovery, doesn't find it, gets back onto the stage. Lovely end-sig from wubz. Okay, Zen split up for just a moment, but wubz pivoting to his teammate, just wanting to go ahead and help him out.
So that's going to be an interesting interaction, I think, especially when wubz is in those positions on one side of the stage with his teammate getting comboed on the other, because Amugi is just so slow that coming over for the target swap honestly might have not been the best decision right there, because they still lost to the first strike right here. wubz is getting picked up on the edge guard as well, while Maid comes in to try to defend.
That weapon toss really helped out his teammate for just a moment. wubz left sweating, ends up getting the neutral onto Maid, the side stick connecting both opponents, and that's going to be the recovery to take it off. Okay, beautiful side A. The weapon toss not even needed to get that stock off, Walt.
Yeah, very, very nice. And I mean, again, the thing is, it was all gauntlets, oops, all the time. We're going to get this weapon for sure. That does mean DI is online for some of these team combos, but we were not going to see it in that previous one right there. wubz does pick up the reply stock, but they are playing from behind, certainly. Look at the stock number here, especially from Maid.
Yeah, they're behind. They're not too behind. It was a lot worse than it was. Well, it was a lot worse 30 seconds ago. And we'll just see what happens now. wubz chase dodging up, looking to reset on the ground. Maid piecing up Zen a little bit here. Looking for the recovery. Ends up just getting anti-aid by Zen here. Okay, getting the juggle. Maid gonna be left sweating a little bit, almost. Actually, still had a dodge on deck. wubz looking for the D-Sig. We're seeing a lot of Amugi signature attempts, and they're not really connecting.
But look at this. wubz is gonna fall out right here. Doesn't have anything left to grab onto that ledge, and in the meantime, Maid lost their last stock as well. This is gonna be, I think, a really consistent pattern if we see wubz stay on this Amugi. The fact that that mobility is just so rough means he just can't catch up to try to protect Maid in these 2v1 situations.
That's right. I feel like also Red Team, I mean, we're giving a eulogy right now for somebody who is still in the game, but it is a 2v1, and they have 4 stocks to the name. Finding a downer, finding a weapon toss. Maybe wubz can make it happen.
It's possible. I mean, Experience on a fresh stock still. This is going to be a very, very tall order. And I feel like with that reliance on the Amugi signatures, it's going to be real tough. So yeah, just throw them straight into the blast zone. We're going to go next. Dara, what do you think happened in that first game?
What am I thinking happening? Well, you know, blue team, they held the ground. They had a lot of combos. They had a lot of synergy, and they kept pushing red team off stage over and over again. It did not feel like wubz had a lot of presence. Greatsword in twos is a little bit tricky. I'm going to be honest. I don't really know how to play Greatsword in twos. Not exactly the most common pick. We see it from SA here and there. I believe I got to see Brawlhalla do Greatsword in twos a couple of times in the past. And each time it never really feels like Greatsword is able to have like a lot of space. I feel like you want to play like floater, you want to be able to use your recovery a little bit. And I am surprised that wubz did not opt to play with the axe a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe we'll see that. It looks like the Legends are going to stay the same for game number 2. Again, I mean, just at a cursory glance, I think the low mobility of Amugi is really, really punishing red team right now with how quick Zen and Experience can get to going on these 2 v1 combos.
Okay, wubz backing up a little bit. Okay, getting the full 3-piece there and able to get the jump call out with the sider. Trying to go through the save. Zen gets spiked. wubz, can you get that N-Sig? Yes, you can. Zen making it back on. Dive kick to be able to touch the edge of the stage. Is able to survive, but at what cost?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What an unreal team sequence. And that's the exact positioning you want to be in when you're red, right? Amugi, like I said before, very low mobility Legend, very hard to connect with, but if you can just get in those positions where you keep dinging the blue team off the stage, and then Maid can pick up the pieces for you, exactly where you want to be. Maid gets picked up in the process, but this is a really good lead so far.
But hold on, wubz not out of the woods quite yet. Finally able to reset neutral. The sidelight recovery, not enough to KO off the top. Holding on to the stock. Maid getting that side sig. Maid off stage. Recovery got called out.
Got it again, yep.
And that's it. That's it. Is the stock gone?
Yes, it's gone. Zen was way too far out of position to go for a save right there. Really nice.
He was so young.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
He was so, the stock was so healthy.
We were talking about the eulogies before. We might have to be writing a new one here. Potentially the equalizer game coming through already. Really good momentum here from wubz and Maid so far.
What an explosive game, too. This is crazy right now. Okay, looking for the D-Sig Experience, able to get the down just to be able to go ahead and punish that. Being nice and patient here. Oh, excuse me.
Again, watch the slide charge from wubz, especially. And I'm so glad you pointed out the axe from before, because look at how much work that's been putting in Dara.
holding on to center stage right now. Experience just trying to stall as long as possible. Really good neutral as a get off me option. And now Maid knocked down a last stock.
Okay, let's see if the cannon on this Onyx here for Experience can do a little bit of work. We haven't really seen much in the way of separating quite yet. I feel like Maid has been really on top of getting all players stacked in some of these positions. There's Zen with the pickup, though.
Yep, able to get the D-Sig, just able to catch cross-ups really well. Nice dodge past the neutral. Made it taking a lot of hits, a lot of damage, but at least not stuck off stage because Experience and Zen, they want to hunt you down off stage. wubz taking out Experience's last stock.
Yep, getting the second one, the twofer. Zen recovering. No weapon left in hand. Gets able to swipe through Maid on the first edge guard attempt right there. wubz can't pick it up off the soft platform either.
Yeah, that's just going to be it. That's going to be the side sig. And that is going to be game 2 going to wubz and Maid. So, that was crazy. That was sick. They were explosive. They took stocks out of nowhere. I mean, we saw, I believe it was Experience's second stock that was like off stage.
Right.
And then wubz got out there. And it was gone
yeah.
with the slide off D-Sig.
We aren't seeing it on the replay here, but again, that first edge guard situation on the left side, I think, was exactly the macro that red team wants to be in, right? When wubz just gets to play, like, I get to guess one dodge pattern correctly, and then I can hit you off. Maid can close out the stock if worst case scenario comes through. Very, very good for them. Wonderful adjustments. We're going to go to game 3 right now.
That is Imugi. He does have signatures, specifically great sword side sig.
Yep.
It covers a lot of options. I was talking to Flambo about it yesterday. Something 7 out of 9 potential.
It's gross.
Yeah. Even though that one didn't really come into play, I feel like that just sort of speaks to Imugi as a character and what both great sword and he is trying to do. So we'll see how this game 3 goes. And at the moment, red team is taking a bit of a beating. Definitely behind in terms of damage. Zen wanted to go all the way off the top. Getting the side light, looking for the GC side light. Experience with the end light as well. He is punishing red team.
Very, very nice. Okay, interrupting wubz right there for the last hit coming through. Zen looking for the recovery. Not going to get too much more after that.
Experience a whole lot of whiffs right now. That was 2 N6. That was a D-Light as well. wubz. Okay, that was crazy movement.
Ooh, picked up the double right there with the recovery. wubz just a little bit too heavy right there to get KO'd off the top. Swing and a miss right there means the recovery is certainly coming through from Experience, though, and that is a wonderful lead to get us started, swinging it right back in Experience in Zen's favor.
That's right. Getting the neutral side light. Experience the handoff. Ooh. That was such a sick combo. Maid able to get back on. wubz putting himself off stage to save his teammate. The ground pound didn't get anybody. He held on to that specifically so that it wouldn't combo onto, onto his teammate. Really good stuff.
Okay, even taking the hit onto the Imugi right there. Maid doesn't really mind if you can get the stock, but there's the ground pound from Experience to make it a last stock situation onto Maid. Experience still unscathed on this first stock.
wubz hesitated. He did not know if he would be able to get out there in time. We talked about the movement stat for a little bit here, but you know what? Maid and wubz, they're still in this game. Cleaning up Experience's first stock with the recovery. They're down in stocks and they're quite down in damage, but given how early they can take stocks, anything can happen, especially with those kinds of combos.
That's right. That's the second time now Zen has accidentally picked up the anti-air onto Experience instead. But look at this lethality off stage. wubz has nowhere to go, has to throw the weapon up just to be able to have a chance to get back to stage, but still taking a beating in the process. There's another stock down from wubz.
He tried. He really did try. He tossed out his weapon as many times as he needed to. He almost got back on, and then the Spear D-Light ended up sealing out that stock. The D-Sig ending up whiffing that time around. wubz controlling the ground, but Maid in a really precarious position. Getting juggled, getting hit with the recovery, and that stock is now going to be gone.
Yeah, and I mean, for as well as the adjustments were made in Game 2 from wubz and Maid, right? This is looking almost identical to the situation we had in Game 1, right? wubz has to play slow legend right there, picks up a KO onto Zen or Experience. It don't really matter, but you're still playing several stocks behind right now.
That is... He is definitely connecting them at the moment, but wubz, I don't think you have any way to get back onto the stage here. Wanted to get the side just in case that you could chase dodge, but that is one of those offstage situations where it is checkmate. If you drift in, you have a GC cannon and light in your face. If you drift out, well, the closest that you could hope for is to actually get a hit onto them.
For sure, for sure.
So this time around, they didn't have like those super crazy early KOs like they did in Game 2. They're now down 2-1. I'm trying to figure out what they could have done a little bit differently. The thing that you talked about in the beginning of the game of wubz not really getting to his teammate in time, I feel like that's coming into play now. Yeah,
we'll have to see what happens in this next game right now. I mean, like, the slowness of a legend like this really gets leveraged hard against you, against a team as seasoned, as experienced in Zen. big thing is, again, like, get into those edge guard positions, like, find them if you can, knock off stage, and then hard commit if you need to.
I would like us to all take a second to look at damage to Zen's name at the moment off of that one little combo. That is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Okay, with punish right there, Experience doesn't want to pressure forward because Maid is right there on the backup.
Nice aggressive sidelight to get back on. You catch the dash back and he overshot it. That is the way that you need to get back onto the stage. One teammate overshoots, the other goes right to the corner of the stage.
Absolutely, absolutely. Here we go. Nice pickup right there. Not going to be enough for wubz, but pretty much everyone off stage except Experience has to try to decide. The GC breakdance in center stage is crazy, but it was enough to find first strike.
What was even crazy is that that was supposed to go for the blue team.
Right.
That was their combo. That was into Wushang Disig on behalf of Zen, and yet red team made it back onto the stage.
Hang on. Zen's got nothing. Zen's got nothing. That's another KO. This is exactly what I was talking about in game 2, Dara.
These guys are cheesing.
They're cheesing. Just cheese. Why not?
Anybody? This is not okay. That's not okay.
It's so okay. It's completely fine.
Wow.
I'll take this all day. Give us a game 5.
Wow. All right, let's see what we got. They're down to last stock here for Zen. Experience taking a heavy beating on the second stock as well. wubz and Maid, they have an amazing lead at the moment. Sidelight, neutraler as well. Experience taking a couple of hits here, getting it down to Disig as they get off me option.
There's the big swing once again, and it is enough to do it. Experience on last stock. Can they get a little bit of damage onto Zen before the respawn? Looking like no.
Yeah, Zen was just able to get out of there in time, put himself into the corner, and now let's see what can happen. Getting the downer, Experience with the amazing interruption, and then into the ground pound to catch wubz dashing.
Okay,
weapon toss
off stage, watch the slide charge. Okay, weapon throw instead. Tries to go for the ground pound right there. wubz gets punished big time. Still gonna be last stock though. Zen able to come back. Experience with the sweat beads on, but Maid is still swinging fists. Here we go.
Maid is fighting wubz, able to follow up with that end light as well. Picking up the axe now. Okay, landing back down onto the ground. Maid just gonna be hunting, looking for that stock onto Zen. Gets the end sig, and that's gonna be the stock on Zen.
We might be getting to game 5 here, Dara, with a little bit of cheese on the side, a charcuterie board, if you will. Hang on for 1 second. Experience trying to fight his way back. There's the recovery. Maid is going to go down in just one single recovery from Experience, but if he keeps getting swept up, he's gonna get disarmed. He was.
Yeah, Onyx so defensive, so tanky, but not tanky enough to live that end sig, because everybody, we are going to be going to a game 5. Red team able to take out that game 4. Oh my gosh. What a little exhibition on what Imugi can do in twos. Sorry to make this so much about wubz. Maid, you're doing great, you're doing excellent, but Wushang has had his time. What is going on? What are these team combos?
This is, like, we talked about this with Impala on the pre-show like 10 minutes ago, right? Like, this is a gauntlets meta that we exist in 2v2s, and then Imugi just comes in and it's like, oh, it's supper time, let's go.
Yeah,
time to go with greatsword and axe crazy signatures, come on now.
Gauntlets, that's his favorite meal. Eats it every single day. Experience coming back onto the stage. Blue team, they do not want to go down like this. I felt like in the games that they won it so heavily.
100%.
The games that red team won,
100%.
I mean, this is just so polarizing.
Let's see if they can make this happen, though, because, I mean, when it is swapped back and forth in this set so far, when Experience and Zen win, they win. It does not look close. Big thing is going to be, can they set the tone early, wubz and Maid, in terms of finding these edgeguard positions? It's going to start with that, but Experience makes his way out.
Okay, Experience, nice with punish with the side O. I like the idea to follow up with the N-Sig, but wubz was a little bit too far back. Maid off stage, weapon toss to be able to interrupt Experience. That might have saved wubz.
Yep. wubz still hanging in there, no weapon left, but Maid playing a little bit of defense, get KO'd off the top. Is it going to be a double? wubz has to hang on to the wall right here. Edge slip is online, able to make it back. That's a stock trade, though, onto Experience. Can they get 2?
The thing that red team is doing to get back onto stage consistently is they're dash landing on, and then they are just really heavily overshooting to catch blue team's dashbacks.
Right.
Finally, wubz's first stock is going to be gone. Zen, super deep into the red. They're trying to get some hits onto Maid, but wubz able to get back onto stage in time.
Zen's going to go out with one more signature. You can see wubz just let it rip right there because he knows it. There's the big swing right there. We're even at 2 across the board. Dara, this could be a huge upset on the first match of the day.
Oh, but if Experience had made, if Experience and Zen are able to get those combos out, if they're able to sandwich them and get them stacked, then we might be seeing a different story altogether.
Okay. Zen, nothing left in the tank, was able to land in time. Imugi once again, N-Sig comes through, not gonna get too much more off that mark. Big whiff right there as well. wubz hanging in there on this stock, but Maid is getting diced up in the process, able to find it on the soft platform. Both red team members off stage now.
They're off stage. Let's see if that exact dynamic is going to come through. wubz able to survive and tank that hit. Coming back onto the stage, what can you do with the stock? You don't have a weapon on hand. It got knocked away. You got to pick something up now. Avoiding the N-Light, avoiding the D-Sig as well. Oh my goodness, wubz, you got to get back onto the stage and pick up a weapon now.
Yeah, and this is such a key moment right now, especially when one member of either team is recovering. If they can get off-tempo respawn timers, there it is right there. Maid has to play this so patient because if he gets 2v1 right here, this is rough. Coming back, especially with wubz not able to pick up the weapon right here. Maid still pushing off stage.
Oh, they're separated. They're separated. And Imugi
Oh,
is
what a reversal! Unreal!
Okay, huge neutral.
Edgeguard, okay, Experience
Nice.
counter hits right now. Last stock for both members of Red. Experience also entering the red right now as well. Does wubz want to contest it?
Experience stuck off stage. The neutral again to be able to interrupt the N-Sig. What's happening on the ground? Huge N-Light. Okay, Maid being nice and patient, being nice and floaty here. Popping out an N-Light, not going to be able to connect. The neutral just keeping wubz stuck in disadvantage. He has
Cannot
not
get
been able
caught
to
right
land.
here. Look at this damage right now. You got to get a pickup onto Experience and then try to force the 2v1 to make Experience have to fight one man down. Let's see if they can find it. Wants to wait,
Can they
doesn't
get
want to
the shovel?
overcommit.
The N-Sig comes out.
That's
okay.
good space. That's good space right now. Oh no!
Oh, the
With
side
punish.
able to gut him back to the left side of the stage.
Recovery, not enough. Next one does it for Experience, certainly, and you saw Maid go for it.
Oh
that
my
one will do.
gosh.
Can they get the KO on Zen? This is an entirely different story.
Yes,
no,
they
get
can.
wubz first.
What? Oh my gosh, I thought the recovery was on him. Oh no, all of a sudden Maid has to fight this 2v1 as gauntlets. Oh no, this is gonna be so tricky for red team, but blue team finally able to take a breath, but can he make the comeback?
Look at the positioning. Exactly, Maid is just gunning straight down for Zen, wants the 1v1
baited
on
the
Experience. Recovery was enough to do it. This is anybody's game in game 5.
Connecting that N-Light, putting Maid off stage. Experience has so much health to his name right now. He is looking healthy. Maid, not so much. Eating the down air. Okay, backing off a little bit, popping out a safe N-Light. Experience in no position to be able to punish it.
Threw the weapon away as well. This is going to be huge. Edgeguard position means Experience gets a starve as well. This is brutal for Maid.
Oh my gosh, picking up the spear, but at what cost? Not enough to KO, but you're deep off stage. You've put yourself at the ledge.
Next
How do
Sarah
you get
could do
back
it right
on?
there. Experience
And, like,
knows it.
Weapon toss. Oh no, you've thrown away a weapon, but that's okay because now you can pick up the gauntlets.
Reaching, Maid almost got there right there. Experience playing so patient, does not want to get whip punished. Just
No
a
dodge.
dinky little
How do you land?
recovery from Maid is hardly anything. Needs to get a little bit more than this. Here we go, Maid on the offense.
Decider, he had enough movement to be able to avoid the pivot and light, but it's not going to be enough because Experience clutches it out with the neutral and solidifies the game and the set for the blue team. But if I'm red team, I could have tasted it. I could have tasted that upset. Oh no.
Oh my gosh, by the skin of their teeth, right? And this was one of the big points that Flambeau brought up on the pre-show today. Experience and Zen, when they are on, they are on.